This is the story of a small boy named Swami, who never imagined he'd one day be called a hero. Written by the legendary author R.K. Narayan, a hero explores courage, fear, and the surprise of discovering strength when you least expect it. Let's begin. For Swami, events took an unexpected turn. Father looked over the newspaper he was reading under the hall lamp and said,
"Swami, listen to this. News has been received about the bravery of a village lad who, while returning home by the jungle path, came face to face with a tiger."
The paragraph described the fight the boy had with the tiger and his flight up the tree, where he stayed half a day till some people came that way and killed the tiger.
What do you say to that?
I think he must have been a very strong and grown-up person, not a boy at all. How could a boy fight a tiger?
You think you are wiser than the newspaper. A man may have the strength of an elephant and yet be a coward, whereas another may have the strength of a straw, but if he has courage, he can do anything. Courage is everything. Strength and age are not important.
How can it be, Father? Suppose I have all the courage. What could I do if a tiger should attack me?
Leave alone strength. Can you prove you have courage? Let me see if you can sleep alone tonight in my office room.
A frightful proposition, Swami thought. He had always slept beside his granny in the passage, and any change in this arrangement kept him trembling and awake all night. He hoped at first that Father was only joking.
Yes.
Trying to change the subject, he said loudly,
"We are going to admit even elders in our cricket club hereafter. We're buying brand new bats and balls. Our captain has asked me to tell you."
We'll see about that later. You must sleep alone hereafter.
Swami realized that the matter had gone beyond his control. From a challenge, it had become a command. He knew his father's tenacity at such moments.
"From the 1st of next month, I'll sleep alone, Father." "No, you must do it now. It is disgraceful sleeping beside Granny or Mother like a baby. You are in the 2nd form, and I don't like the way you are being brought up."
He looked at his wife, who was rocking the cradle.
Why do you look at me while you say it? I hardly know anything about the boy.
No, I don't mean you.
If you mean your mother is spoiling him, tell her so, and don't look at me.
She turned away. Swami's father sat gloomily gazing at the newspaper on his lap. Swami rose silently and tiptoed to his bed in the passage. Granny was sitting up in her bed.
"Boy, are you already feeling sleepy? Don't you want to hear a story?"
Swami made wild gesticulations to silence his granny, but that good lady saw nothing. So Swami threw himself on his bed and pulled the blanket over his face.
"Don't cover your face. Are you really very sleepy?"
Please, shut up, Granny. Don't talk to me and don't let anyone call me, even if the house is on fire. If I don't sleep at once, perhaps I shall die.
He turned over and curled and snored under the blanket, till he found his blanket pulled away. Presently his father came and stood over him.
"Swami, get up."
He looked like an apparition in the semi-darkness of the passage, which was lit by a cone of light from the hall. Swami stirred and groaned as if in sleep.
"Get up, Swami."
"Why do you disturb him?"
"Get up, Swami."
Swami got up. Father rolled up his bed, took it under his arm and said,
"Come with me."
Swami looked at Granny, hesitated for a moment and followed his father into the office room. On the way, he threw a look of appeal at his mother.
Why do you take him to the office room? He can sleep in the hall, I think.
"I don't think so."
Swami slunk behind him with bowed head.
Let me sleep in the hall, Father. Your office room is very dusty, and there may be scorpions behind your law books.
"There are no scorpions, little fellow. Sleep on the bench if you like."
Can I have a lamp burning in the room?
No. You must learn not to be afraid of darkness. It is only a question of habit. You must cultivate good habits.
Will you at least leave the door open?
All right, but promise you won't roll up your bed and go to your granny's side at night. If you do it, I'll make you the laughingstock of your school.
Swami felt cut off from humanity. He was pained and angry. He did not like the strain of cruelty he saw in his father's nature. He hated the newspaper for printing the tiger's story. He wished that the tiger had not spared the boy, who didn't appear to be a boy after all, but a monster. As the night advanced and the silence deepened, Swami's heart beat faster. He remembered all the stories of devils and ghosts, his chum Mani seeing the devil in the banyan tree, Munisami's father who spat out blood when slapped by a devil. The ticking of the clock, rustle of trees, snoring sounds. He covered himself so tightly he could hardly breathe. He expected the devils to carry him away. Swami hurriedly got up and spread his bed under the bench and crouched there. It seemed a safer place, more compact and reassuring. He shut his eyes and fell asleep. And in sleep was racked with nightmares. A tiger was chasing him. His feet stuck to the ground. He couldn't escape. He could hear claws scratching, scratch, scratch, and then a loud thud. Swami tried to open his eyes but couldn't. He groaned in despair. With a desperate effort, he opened his eyes. He reached out for his granny, but touched the wooden leg of the bench. Suddenly, a rustling. Something was moving. He stared into the darkness. It was coming closer. His end had come. He crawled out, hugged it with all his might, and used his teeth like a mortal weapon.
Ayyo! Something has bitten me!
There was a heavy tumbling and crashing of furniture. Father, cook, and servant rushed in with light, and they fell on the burglar, who lay amidst the furniture with a bleeding ankle. Congratulations were showered on Swami the next day. His classmates looked at him with respect. The teacher patted his back.
He's a true scout.
Swami had bitten into the flesh of one of the most notorious housebreakers of the district.
Why don't you join the police when you are grown up?
Certainly. Yes.
But Swami had made up his mind. He wanted to be an engine driver, a railway guard, or a bus conductor. That night, Father returned from the club.
Where is the boy?
He is asleep.
Already?
He didn't have a wink of sleep the whole of last night.
Where is he sleeping?
In his usual place. He went to bed at 7:30.
Sleeping beside his granny again. No wonder he wanted to be asleep before I could return home. Clever boy.
You let him sleep where he likes. You needn't risk his life again.
All right, mollycoddle and spoil him as much as you like. Only don't blame me afterwards.
Swami, following the whole conversation from under the blanket, felt tremendously relieved to hear that his father was giving him up.